The following is an FEG instructional video on how to merchandise a crane. So let's go ahead and start with some things you might need. Glass cleaner and rags, bags or containers for old merch, shop vacuum, downfill, screwdriver and pliers if you're changing the old claw as well, decorations for new merch, double-sided tape, an iron will, and the ability to channel your inner Lisa Price. Now that we know what we need, let's get started. We'll begin with taking our old merch out of the selected crane. Now I obviously bring along a bag or some sort of container for the old merch. We also don't want to forget the merch that we used to line the sides. We'll grab that out of there as well. Now this leaves only my downfill in the crane, which I will also be taking out for the sake of cleaning, and so you can see how we did it. Now we use a black fabric over foam blocks as our downfill. The fabric gives it somewhat of a cleaner look. So I'm going to go ahead and pull all of the downfill out. Now we're going to speed this process up a little bit. This is going to leave us with a very empty and very dirty crane. But that's alright, because we're going to go ahead and grab our shop vac and we're going to vacuum all of that up. Because a clean crane is a happy crane. Once we're finished up vacuuming, we're going to go ahead and take our old decorations off the crane in preparation for our new ones. Now, we want to be careful when we do this because you never know when you're going to use these decorations again. Once the decorations are off, you'll probably have some tape still stuck to the crane. Now, we use Scotch double-sided tape, and the stuff works wonders, but it is also the stickiest substance on the face of the planet. So I'm going to go ahead and scrape that off. This might leave some residue behind, but that's okay because we're going to grab our glass cleaner and a rag to clean our crane anyway. Now between the plush and regular old dust, cranes get dirty pretty quickly. So we're going to wipe down the back mirror as well as the plexi in front that holds our plush in. And while we're at it, we may as well clean the plexi around the prize chute. Since we're already in a cleaning frenzy, we may as well do the sides too. So once our crane is nice and squeaky clean, we are finally ready to replace our old plush with our new plush. But first we got to put our downfill back into the crane. Now we use the foam blocks at our location, but you can use just about anything you want. Even older, inexpensive plush can work in a pinch. Now I've never put my downfill back in the same way twice, so feel free to play around with it until it looks about right. Now once that's down, we're going to take our black fabric, which I also took the liberty of vacuuming, and put that on top of our downfill, trying to tuck it in around as best we can. So once that's laid down, we're going to place our plush around the downfill, effectively hiding it from the guest. Stacking the prizes neatly also allows the guest to see the merchandise, as well as giving them the impression that the plush isn't packed down there like a Walmart crane. Now this process wasn't as easy to do on the opposite side. The plush would smush against the glass, giving an unappealing look. So what I did was take one of the thousands of posters that come in a shipment of these, and I placed it on the far side. Now I used the plush instead of tape to hold it against the glass. After that, I took some of the plush that didn't look bad, pressed up against the glass, and placed that next to the poster, which I also straightened. With that finished, it is finally time to dump in our new plush. There's one bag, and now two. After the plush is in the crane, you have to make sure it is all level and fluffed. When that looks good, you need to face your plush. This way the guest can easily see what the item is and therefore decide they have to have it. Flip all your plush so it's facing up and can easily be seen. And with that done, now would be a great time to make sure our claw is the right size for our plush. If you need to change your claw, here's a few things you will need. New claw, obviously, a pair of pliers, and a Phillips screwdriver. Now this is just in the case of my Pinnacle. Other cranes might be different. If you're not sure, you should ask your tech before embarking on this mission. Once that's all squared away, we are ready to decorate. Since this is Angry Birds Star Wars, we went with a space theme. Picked up these foam clings at the store for about $5, giving us a finished crane that looks a lot like this. Now we have reached the final step of merchandising a crane, and that is testing. Testing your crane is essential to programming claw strength. The claw should be able to at least move the plush every time it touches it. Once you have your claw strength down, play your crane 10 times. Out of those 10 plays, you should win 3 times. If your crane has the setting, you can use hold strength to either increase or decrease your win percentage without making your claw extremely strong or extremely weak. For the sake of demonstration, we'll be using the previously filled Fruit Ninja crane. The plush is a little bit bigger and easier to see, so let's go ahead and get started. Our first example is exactly what your crane should not look like. Here the claw barely even attempts to move the plush, let alone grab it. After a small increase in strength, we start to look better. The plush is actually moved. Furthermore, when I try the lemon beside it, the claw actually picks it up. Now I tested this strength 10 more times and I won 3 times, which is exactly where I want to be. Another benefit to testing your claw is that you get to see how positioning affects your plush. Here the plush is facing down, and I win on my first attempt. With the same plush in the same spot facing up, I only move it. Now that I understand how the positioning affects my plush, and my win percentage is exactly where I want it to be, I am finally finished merchandising my crane. And that was an FEG instructional video. I was your host, Pat Ham. I'll see you next time.